Hey guys, Crew Blonde Way back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Jake.
And we're back with The Good Place, where last time we were in the bad place.
Went through a portal!
We did
go through a portal.
And
Michael sacrificed himself.
He solved the trolley problem. He crashed the trolley.
Yeah. Now I'm curious what that will mean for him, because he was kind of caught, and Janet wasn't with him either. I'm not quite sure where Janet ended up. So both of them, I don't know what's going to happen, but the other four, I imagine, will follow through the portal to see. We're going to like a judge, right? Like
We're going to the actual judge, not
Sean's boss.
Not the Sean. He was like a fake judge.
Yeah, he was pretending to be the judge.
But we did not take the proper steps, so the judge is going to be pissed.
Probably.
Or not. Or will. I don't know.
They're also in a museum.
There was the museum thing, which was, I thought, really cool, and that they were portrayed pretty well.
Yeah.
They did a good job portraying themselves.
Yeah.
Good job.
And we had Dax.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kristen Bell's husband.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we are. We'll see if we meet up with any other people from the bad place, or what happens with the judge or whatever going to wherever we are. Let's start.
There's two portals.
Yeah, that's from the bad place, and that's from the good place, I would say.
Just jump through that one
makes
then.
sense.
Yes, but if you're caught sneaking into the good place, is it worse than just sneaking here?
I'm going again.
No!
I think I barfed in the nether dimension before we landed.
Both of them look really good in skinny ties.
Is someone gonna fly through my barf when they use the portal?
Oh, stop saying barf.
And where's Michael?
He's not coming. Not even a mere toodaloo.
Oh, dang.
Oh, that locked down.
Yeah, it did.
We have to handle this ourselves.
Imagine that's what it would happen.
You guys probably need thumbs up badges to go through the other portal, right?
Maybe it's a test to see how long we can go without eating it.
It's like Alice in Wonderland tests.
That's your boss. That's the guy who's going to make the decisions. Burrito.
He's the judge.
Don't be so bloody ridiculous.
See? You're on Jason level. Good job, Calvin.
Wear long silk nightgowns and big white powdered wigs.
No, I'm just saying, like, if that's the guy who's going to judge you's food, don't eat his food.
Oh, I thought you said that the burrito is the one that's going to judge.
No, I didn't.
All-knowing burrito.
Hello, Your Excellency. My name is...
It's just his lunch that he walked away from.
Yeah.
He's gonna walk in and be like, "What's going on?"
Like, it would be on the chair if it were.
What do you guys look like?
Oh, her.
I'm
The judge. That's a burrito. What's up, guys?
I'm the judge. That's a
Okay.
burrito.
Maya Rudolph. Right? Maya Rudolph?
Yep.
Right?
Wait, did you guys just come here? Oh my God. You guys are bad. Which one is the
She's
worst one of you?
intrigued.
Is it you, Glasses? Oh, I bet it's you.
Why does she seem so turned on by that?
Boring job.
I guess.
You're comfortable.
Whoa.
Nice.
I try to learn as little as I can about the events of humankind so I can remain impartial because I'm a judge, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada,
Yeah, if she just knew everything about you, then she wouldn't be much of a...
Anyway, your petition is denied. I can't hear your case. Please exit to the rear.
What?
I just absorbed the entirety of your existences, and I just want to say, you guys are so cute. And the thing is, you didn't file any paperwork, and you have no advocate, and the rules say I gotta keep talking. I am, like, obsessed with your accent.
So much progress, and all we ask is an audience with you to prove it. Is that not your very purpose, to weigh in on matters such as ours? To paraphrase a song written by my godfather. Hey, Judge, don't make it bad. Take a sad group and make us better.
Say aluminum.
Aluminium.
You had one job. Torture 4 bad people forever. Not only did you fail, you're a traitor.
I love how this is very noir.
Her face.
Did what I had to do.
Oh, you had to junk your jeans?
How could you betray your own?
That was a...
Solid.
That was a solid...
In the words of one of my actual friends, you're basic. It's a human insult. It's devastating. You're devastated right now.
You're devastated, right?
Oh, you mean this? Good, Janet? I found her in like 2 seconds. She was wandering the halls being polite to people.
Oh no.
Damn.
Can you unmarbleize them?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, didn't we marbleize bad?
You can eat them.
Great. Can we be tested together as a group?
Yeah, we all need to be able to cheat off cheating. That's why your name is Cheaty. I get it.
Cheaty.
Oh my god.
So if you all pass, you're in. And if even one of you fails, you're all effed, right?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You're lucky that I cannot send you to the bad idea place because that one is a stanker. But whatever blows your dress up, all right?
What?
You can only play against the Jaguars.
No.
Using their arch rivals, the Tennessee Titans.
No.
If you play the game and you lose,
Oh, I'm gonna win. Say no more, scary judge lady. Tell my friends their souls are in good hands. No, I fumbled the kickoff. Titans suck.
She didn't even finish. What if he was supposed to lose?
That's my test?
yep. Oh, also everyone in every room that you pass is going to be discussing what they truly think about you.
Oh, God. She's gonna take a lot of detours.
Like if she finds her mom.
Yeah, I would just like
know.
full on sprint.
Childhood friends. Oh, God.
It's time. Follow me.
No, don't retire
Are
him.
they gonna, yeah.
Looks like you guys are up.
At the same time?
Yep.
She didn't even.
Wow.
That's fun.
Trippy, right? There is no test. You guys are in.
What?
We're in. What does that mean?
Take these medallions and go right through that.
Wait, what about the other two?
Yeah, that's the test though, is if they go right now.
We made it. Holy crap! All those ethics lessons paid off. Whoever said philosophy was stupid.
You did! Many times, as recently as this morning. But
As recent as this morning.
Tahani and Jason didn't make it. I'm giving them tests right now to determine where they belong within the bad place. So if you might want to reconsider that judges together thing, because if you stick to that, you're all going down. I am so hungry.
That's the test.
I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's a test. If it's.
The test is, do you stick to your promise and stay behind?
This is like the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah.
Tahani's test is to walk down the hallway and not get tempted by her gossiping friends. Jason is playing video games.
but that's not a test.
it's something way worse.
What?
A choice.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah, you know, why can't one part of the calculation of our eternal fate be easy?
That's fair.
So she's in the middle of a test though for bad.
Prince William, Prince Harry, and Prince.
Stephen Hawking. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. You're so close.
I hate scoring against my own favorite team. But you already knew that. Because this is the test.
Yeah, that's not a revelation or something. I explained that very clearly.
Yeah, but I think him taking a moment and meditating might be
Different.
throwing her off.
Camilla dedicated her last album to you.
Really?
Well, she dedicated it to her fans, and you're one of
Oh my god.
Wow, that's such a shitty.
This afterlife test. You are still talking about Camilla. Which is exactly the point. I shagged a Floridian. I even ate a Cheeto.
What cheat?
And I wish you both the best.
All right, idiot. Any last words?
Just go ahead and retire me already.
All you'll have for entertainment is that giant stack of New Yorker magazines.
Oh, come on. You and I both know I'll never read those.
Of course you won't. But they'll just keep coming.
Before I absolutely let it rip, I just have one more thing I have to do.
What?
When did she get so good at being bad?
Janet.
She was great at being bad.
I had to learn how to do a lot of bad things really quickly. So I did. Now I'm ready to go back to being nice again.
Ugh, what happened?
Oh, nice, Janet.
Okay, now I'll be nice again.
Nice one, Janet.
Lock him in that room.
Could you please stop doing that?
It helps me think.
It's like pacing.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, it's so cool. I love it.
like she can keep going forever.
Morally, we're allowed to go. But let's forget about the ethics for a second. After everything that's happened, don't we deserve to be together? And happy for once?
We're not going to the good place. I mean, that was never actually an option, but for the sake of your test, we're not going.
What do you mean?
Well, I was 99% sure that going was the wrong move, but since our whole relationship has been me being sure of something and Chidi explaining why I was wrong, I owed it to him to quadruple check. The capper came when I realized that ain't Chidi. And he would never forget about ethics for a second. I don't know who this joker is, but it's not Chidi and Agonye.
Wait, but what about the...
Good job.
Wait for the others. And can I have that medallion back? Because it's actually a coaster for my soda.
Where is the real Chidi, though? Is he okay?
He's still taking his test.
Oh no.
Okay, this is ridiculous.
Make a
Watch.
decision
Is that
on
why
what?
it's taking?
I'm just gonna choose.
Oh my god.
Wow. He's been at it for an hour and a half, and he still can't choose. God. Hey, he did it.
He just had to make a decision.
Either choice was right.
You're all going to the bad place.
Who failed?
Someone failed.
I mean, technically, Tahani.
Failed. Could you at least tell me why I failed for my own edification?
It took you 82 minutes to choose a hat.
But did I at least choose the right one?
There is no right one. They're hats. Come on, man. Do you realize how insane that is?
Not as insane as picking up the greatest quarterback of all time, Blake Bortles, to set up a last-second game-winning field goal.
Wow. That's so mean.
And she actually.
I failed. I shoved an old lady down the stairs to get to the raw bar, because I'm a shrimp fiend. So we all failed. Let's not dwell on it.
Aww.
All right. Shall we?
So, to preserve everybody's feelings.
Yeah.
I say we go through the portal, get a good night's sleep, come back fresh in the morning. Try again.
Oh, Jason. I feel like you always understand about 20% of what's happening.
Thanks.
Sure.
I mean, look at us.
That's like right now.
Oh, I thought they were gonna land on her.
Guys, how you been?
Well, that
What does that change?
changes everything.
Maybe.
A demon is going to be judged.
Also, he's going to advocate for them not to go to the bad place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they-
well, they said they needed someone for like.
An advocate, yeah.
And the
doing that.
demon has made leaps and bounds of improvement to be like a decent thing.
So is
The
Janet.
most advanced Janet ever.
She's the most advanced, but she cares so much about them that she learned
went
how
to
to
be bad.
Yeah, she learned to be bad, so that she could, she got rid of the fact that she's good.
She was playing that pretty well.
Yeah.
She
She's
the one that did the-
She
yeah.
high-fived him and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crisp high
Let's
five.
get rid of your
That
lumpy
was-
ass, lumpy white ass, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know why we doubted her acting skills.
Yeah,
Why
I mean,
she plays-
she's so good in this whole show.
Love her and Barry too.
I love how the show I actually believe the show that actually could be a burrito. The judge could be a burrito in this show.
It could have been. Like things are so crazy that they didn't just rule it out immediately.
Yeah.
Right? Like wait.
I was thinking, okay, the joke is they're gonna treat it like it's the burrito and a person's gonna be there, but then I was like, or they want me to think that and they're gonna get me and it's a burrito.
Dude, if it was, and you were like, someone's gonna be here.
someone's gonna be here,
And,
and
then
then
it's the burrito.
and the burrito started
I can't
talking,
believe it.
I'd have lost my mind. But
It was
that
just
also
like
tells me
the truth cube thing
Yeah.
again.
But that also tells me that the show, like, for it to make me think that many layers deep, it has confused and tricked me enough that its writing is strong enough to make me keep thinking that these things are possibilities.
I did like the prisoner dilemma that it kind of presented.
What's that?
Well, just in Eleanor's specific test, how they were presenting, like, you know, you have these two other people behind this other door. You can either take the pardon, or if you do not take the pardon, then you serve, you know, you go back to the bad place. And then thinking that the other ones weren't getting a similar deal.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So like when you have two people, it's like, hey, they're already going to turn on you, but if you give them up, then we will give you a lighter sentence against them. So it's one of those things where it's like, I think I've heard this before, where it's like, if neither of you speak, you'll get a year. If both of you speak, you both get 10 years. If you don't speak and they speak, you get 20 years and they get no years, right? Like one of those kind of things.
Where the best outcome is just everyone being honest, usually. So.
Oh, I thought it was just, I ain't saying shit. Screw you, cops, I ain't saying nothing.
But then what if the other guys... What if they say something?
There's been a few game shows that deal with it. There'll be like a choice of like, I'm going to put like a red ball in here, and that's me. I'm going to take the money, right? And if they choose not to take the money, then I get all of it, right?
Yeah.
But if we choose to split, we don't get any. Like if we both choose to take,
choose to take it all,
we lose it. And if we choose to not take it, then neither of us get any either, right? So
one person has to be selfish. One person has to be selfless.
But you can't both be the same thing, right?
And you don't know. You can't communicate it.
I've seen that broken by people who like, all right, I'm going to be totally honest with you right now. I'm going to take the money. So you can't take the money. I'm going to take it. If you take it, we're not going to get anything. So don't do that. I am going to take the money. And I will split it with you after the game is over. And they've done it, and it's worked.
But the honesty.
Yeah, the honesty of having to have 100% control and the other person give up 100% of control to the other person, that level of trust, doesn't happen very much.
Yeah, right? That's crazy.
It feels like we're getting into like some levels of game theory that also work in ethics and like the way that you start to make game theory work. You know, in the like basic levels of, you know, how people thinking through game theory.
How they want to win, but they also want to help others win.
Yeah, and like what wins out, and like how you can...
How much will you risk your own chances of winning to ensure that other people can win too? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did really like the Eleanor stuff, though, where, all right, you guys are up, and they both walk through the door, but then you get cheating Eleanor walking back out the other side. And he didn't do that anymore, but she kept doing it.
Versus he's usually the one that paces.
Yeah.
Like nonstop.
But I had a moment too whenever he was like, what if we could just do this and this would be great for us? And I was like, and he made a choice real quick.
Yeah.
That seemed weird. And I think it was the same thing Eleanor was saying. It was like, this isn't him. But then while she was doing that, I'm like, oh no, maybe I'm thinking too much too, and it is him. Because he was like, what? And I was like, oh no, maybe it is him.
It's like the burrito thing. It's like, it's done this enough that it gives us layers of like, man, they know what we expect. When are they going to subvert it? When are they not?
Yeah.
Because either way can work, and are they going to do it 4 steps down, or are they going to do it right away and surprise us that way?
But I love the idea of like they walk through the doors. For Eleanor, she came out with Chidi again. For him, he went into a room with 2 hats.
Yeah. And then whatever this fake Chidi is came out to test her.
And he could not just choose a hat.
Yeah,
Did I choose the right one? There wasn't. Just make a choice is the point. You had like he doesn't. You figured he would know from his like life and like why he died, and like the idea is that he can't make choices. To think that what I need to do is make a choice, and I have 2 hats. Just pick one, you know. Like
he did eventually pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to.
82 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to see how long it would take him before. Yeah. Before these 800 reboots.
Yeah, I don't think he would have picked.
Or would he not have picked one at all?
Would he have stayed there for days or hours? You know, how long in this like timeless soup?
You know?
Yeah, would he have spent picking?
They did it
hats?
faster in Westworld.
Like, it's crazy. All these tests should have only taken like 5 minutes. Tahani just walking straight through the hall. Jason just saying, no, I'm not going to play my own team. and Chidi grabbing a hat and leaving.
The toughest one, honestly, was Eleanor's.
It was Eleanor's.
Eleanor's was the toughest. I think it depends on what else she had to say, because it did seem like the idea was he had to beat the other, he had to go against his own thing and win. I wonder, what else she had to say would have indicated that not playing was an option, because the way it was worded didn't sound like that was an option.
She didn't get to finish
Yeah,
either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
I'm curious if what more she had to say would have given context to.
But also,
let you know the answer.
What asking a question sometimes is something you could just do too.
Sure.
She answered whenever she was like, "Dude, this is probably the test, and the others are doing the same thing. So if we just all wait," she's like, "No, that's not what's going on." She was saying stuff back to her, so she probably could have answered questions, and she came back to him to check on him.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they had just asked, how do I, succeed in this test?
Maybe, yeah.
The judge might have told them.
Maybe.
I mean, Chidi's and Tahani's were pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just walk in, out.
Tahani's
time
was
elapsed.
explained to her beforehand.
Yeah, go to the red door. And
Yeah.
she couldn't not listen to her parents, it's so much of what people think about her is the issue she's always having.
But I think she got closure, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping that the content of what she said had enough
Any kind of
merit.
sway or something.
Yeah, to
Sure.
sway it, because it was a final decision of realizing I was never going to be enough. I don't care what you think anymore.
And I was happy doing things you would never approve
Yeah.
of, and that's okay with me, kind of thing.
And I'm happier that way, and I'm glad I'm going back to that. So, I'm curious if that will come in effect this next episode.
What exactly was Jason's test about?
Impulse control.
Impulse
Yeah.
control.
Which he basically, nope, shut,
Yeah.
got this, yep.
I know what I'm doing.
He fed right into his impulses. So
Yeah, some of that I wonder if his level of intelligence is kind of like a hindrance to where he...
It's kind of working against him.
Yeah, it's something that he can't help to a certain extent, in that he does not have the thought process to put together some more complex thoughts.
Maybe.
And that's why his impulse control is the way it is.
Well, and also maybe a super ADHD kind of thing with him, where games, oh sweet, I'm gonna go to this, but then he focused on it a lot. But
yeah,
then
and he
hyper focus.
Well, he took a break to get himself in the, because he was losing, and he knew he had to beat his favorite team, so he took the time to himself. That's an impulse control. That
which
is him.
why she seemed kind of
Yeah. So
until he said this is the test, it was a revelation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is the level of intelligence he has. It starts to get a little weird to question what his good and bad actions are, because of wherever that lies in learning disability or wherever
the intention
he's at.
behind his actions versus does he realize that by doing this action he might be causing
Sure.
an issue for somebody else.
He doesn't think of cause and effect.
Yeah, he doesn't consider the
A
consequences.
little
as
kid
much.
who doesn't understand things too much, if they did something bad, what do they understand, and how much are they to be blamed for what happened?
Yeah.
He is your Kant, right? He doesn't care about the consequences.
Yeah.
He is the type of ethics that here are the rules, okay, but he doesn't follow the rules.
Yeah,
I love Eleanor's explanation of them. Buddy, it seems like you understand about 20% about what's going on.
That's generous.
Thank you.
I think that's generous sometimes.
Well, so didn't he? He was like, yes, thank you. That's a huge compliment.
That's so much. He probably doesn't know what 20% means.
No.
I wonder what all happens in Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, I'm afraid.
Because they said about Stephen King, all the torture we had was from Stephen King and Pretty Little Liars. And I'm like, okay, but the torturing aspects, there's some things Stephen King has that could be pretty torturous. Mm-hmm. But then what was in Pretty Little Liars that they were this is torturous?
I think it's, my guess is it's the level of teen drama of it all.
Sure.
And to certain people that would be torture.
Chidi might be tortured by stuff in Pretty Little Liars or something, right? No, pick me, no, pick me. If it's that, well, who do you want to go out with or something? Or who knows what. I just thought it was interesting two things to put it with. But I've never seen Pretty Little Liars. So.
I only know the concept of it, so I don't really know, but just my guess would be like that vibe.
Man, the lowest blow in this episode was Tahani's mom of, well, she dedicated her last album to you.
She did.
She did.
She dedicated it to her fans.
And you're a fan.
You're one of her fans.
Oh my
You're
god.
one of her biggest fans.
Even in the afterlife, they suck.
Yeah.
That
I mean, they're
hurts so
meant
much.
to, though.
Yeah, I know.
But you're right, like, then it goes straight into, better watch out, dearie, you're starting to hulk out. And she wasn't even
You
casted
barely
by that
fit
time.
in that dress.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I can tell they've been feeding you well.
I've seen you been well fed.
Yeah.
Well, she made that comment right after she said, I ate a Cheeto. One Cheeto. And she's like, oh, yeah, you barely fit in that dress.
Well, I think they said something before that.
Well, yeah,
And
she's
did.
like,
When she was first sitting down,
she
yeah.
did say that, but then she went
Early on,
She
yeah.
went further into it after the Cheeto remark.
So
But that was for the hulking out one.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm curious to see what happens with Janet and Michael coming back in. If that
Yeah.
changes anything up, if he can advocate for him.
Might have,
if he has to be judged now too.
A
Yeah.
second
Or-
set of tests.
Or
maybe.
what? I don't know what to have happen there.
I wonder if
Mistrial.
I wonder what Eleanor's lie at the very end, what it does.
Or
you
to
know.
digest things or anything
Yeah,
for
like-
the judge to be like,
Yeah.
because the judge knows the answer.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
knows.
She didn't even say
and she
anything.
reacted a little bit, but was
She was
like,
like,
oh, interesting. Like, but she's, doing this to just, they're going to be tortured forever. I'm already going to the bad place. I might as well make them feel better.
She definitely had it's all of us together or
Yeah.
None.
or either all of us go or all of us
or
go.
nothing,
We saw her doing that to make sure that no one felt like Eleanor shouldn't be there. Because I feel like that would weigh on Chidi especially, Jason might not.
Sure.
But Chidi maybe Tahani.
Yeah.
Maybe
But,
know.
that small lie is really, really telling of, like, how far she came, because there's, like, that's the most selfless lie she could tell
She's
in the
always been
moment.
so against being on a team.
Yeah, it's like,
So this
she,
is huge.
But she's
Yeah,
not against shoving grandma down the stairs to get some shrimp.
yeah, like, she like, showed that she was, like, all in for the team, and that, like, everyone that went, she knew that she passed her test, and she could have shoved it in their faces, or
Yeah.
just let
Or
the
just
judge.
gone.
Yeah.
Just
I
let-
passed and you guys are the reason I don't get to go to
And she didn't even do that. She didn't even let the judge tell them that, to make them feel bad
It was for
about
their
bringing her.
feelings.
Yeah,
It had nothing
So,
to
like,
do with her at all, really.
Yeah, so she did this purely for, like, to make them feel better, and that's so far from where she was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I like the episode. I thought it was really cool in their tests and everything. I'm hoping that Michael and Janet maybe make a change, or that did Janet like switch her clothes with a bad Janet so that she could marble? Because it looked like the marble Janet had like good Janet clothes
Yeah.
on, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, could that be the bad Janet that's already been marbled? But I was like, no, it had good Janet clothes on.
Yeah.
So
it must be another marble
She must
Janet.
have surprised.
Or if she could, I don't know if through the portal is. I think through the portal is where you go to get the Janet warehouse. So I was saying maybe she could have went and found another good Janet.
Well,
Got a marble at her and brought her back.
it's a different void, I think.
Well,
But
at
wait.
some point, Michael was talking about through this portal is where like the judge is, the IHOP is, and the Janet warehouse is.
Yeah.
So I don't know what all that means and what else can be there, but
I don't think it's. I don't think we could conceptually understand what
Sure.
these things are.
I don't conceptually understand what the IHOP is exactly either.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Interdimensional.
She
Whole
could have
of
surprised a bad Janet and just swapped their clothes, or maybe got a good Janet from the warehouse.
Or maybe she can just like
change the
bewitched.
appearance of it.
and, like swap
Wiggle her
clothes.
nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bewitched.
Like what I can do with the button.
I dream.
Guys, thank you so much for watching The Good Place with us. We will be back next week with another episode to see what Michael and Janet do here now that they've arrived in the judges' chambers. Make sure you subscribe here so you don't miss out on next week's episode. And if you want to see more right now, early access and 2 episodes a week are at blindweb.com if you go beyond. So make sure you check out blindweb.com. See you guys next time.
Bye.